How could a homeless janitor, a man everyone ignored, solve a problem that left a millionaire and his team of top engineers helpless? Raymond Walker had been invisible for years. Once a skilled mechanic with a modest home and family, a catastrophic investment scam had left him with nothing. His savings vanished, his home was seized, and his family out of reach. Now his life was reduced to wandering the city streets during the day and sleeping under dimly lit bridges at night. During the day, he worked odd jobs, sweeping floors, emptying trash, and cleaning windows in towering skyscrapers. At Hamilton Technologies, one of the most prestigious tech companies in the city, he was just another janitor, a shadow in a sea of sharp suits and hurried footsteps. Yet Raymond noticed things others didn't. He listened to machines hum, observed patterns in chaos, and remembered lessons from his old life. Life might have stripped him of wealth, but it hadn't stolen his mind. That Monday morning, as he pushed his mop across the marble lobby of Hamilton Technologies, the tension in the building was palpable. Engineers huddled over data sheets, murmuring, frustrated beyond words. A critical energy project designed to revolutionize renewable energy had stalled. Millions were at stake, and no one could figure out why. Raymond paused to listen to the low hum of a nearby generator. Something was off. A rhythm, a vibration, a subtle discord. It reminded him of misaligned engines he used to repair years ago. He shook his head. Nobody would listen to me anyway, he muttered, pushing the mop along. But fate had a different plan. Inside the lab, top engineers argued. We've checked everything. Sensors, coils, output rates, everything is fine, shouted one engineer, slamming his fist against a console. I don't understand it, another replied. The simulations are perfect, yet the system keeps failing under load. Charles Hamilton, the billionaire founder himself, strode into the room. His presence silenced everyone. This project is supposed to be my legacy, Hamilton said, his tone sharp. We cannot afford failure. I don't care how long it takes, I want results. Weeks had gone by. Millions of dollars were wasted. Every attempt to fix the system failed. Engineers grew desperate, morale plummeted, and investors began asking uncomfortable questions. Raymond, meanwhile, quietly went about his work. He cleaned floors, wiped tables, and occasionally peeked at the complex machinery. But his mind never stopped analyzing. Every hum, every vibration, every flicker of a monitor was a clue. One evening, after everyone else had left, Raymond stayed behind. He crouched near the central generator, ran his fingers along the coils, and murmured to himself. Balance, tension, it's always the tension, he whispered. His old mechanic instincts kicked in. He remembered how a small misalignment in an engine coil could cause the entire system to fail. Could the same principle apply here? He jotted a note and left it on the desk of the lead engineer. Check the alignment of the central coil. Adjusting the tension could stabilize the system. The next morning, the engineers saw the note. At first, they laughed. It's from Raymond, the janitor. But desperation won over skepticism. One engineer decided to follow the advice. Carefully, he adjusted the coil tension. The machine hummed differently. The output stabilized. Within hours, the entire system worked perfectly. The project was back on track. When Charles Hamilton learned the truth, he was stunned. Wait, a janitor? He solved it? Yes, sir, the lead engineer admitted reluctantly. He noticed something we all overlooked. Charles Hamilton studied Raymond when he entered the office the next day, mopping the lobby as if nothing had happened. There was something in the man's eyes, sharp, quiet, aware. Something he recognized. Raymond Walker, Hamilton called. The janitor froze. I want to speak with you, now. Raymond's heart raced. He wasn't sure if this was an opportunity or just another mistake waiting to happen. Hamilton's office was massive, filled with expensive art and panoramic views of the city. Raymond, in his worn coat and threadbare shoes, felt out of place, but he stood tall. "You solved a problem that my top engineers couldn't. That is impressive. I want to hire you as a consultant." Raymond blinked. "Me? But I don't have a degree." Hamilton smiled. "Sometimes experience matters more than a degree. Sometimes brilliance comes from unexpected places." Within weeks, Raymond's life began to change. He moved out of the shelters, rented a small apartment, and began working full-time for Hamilton Technologies. His insights saved the company millions more as he offered practical, hands-on solutions for complex engineering problems. But Raymond didn't forget where he came from. He set up a foundation to train homeless individuals with hidden talents, mechanics, programmers, electricians, giving them the skills and opportunities they needed to thrive. One day, standing in his new office, Raymond looked out over the city. He remembered the streets, the cold nights, the countless times people had ignored him, and he realized something. Life had given him a second chance. Not because he was wealthy, but because he had stayed observant, kept thinking, and never let the world dull his mind. Charles Hamilton often remarked in interviews, "Raymond Walker taught me the most important lesson in business. Brilliance doesn't always wear a suit. Sometimes it sweeps the floors." Raymond Walker went from invisible to invaluable, from a forgotten janitor to a man who saved millions and inspired thousands. And every time someone doubted him, he remembered those quiet nights under the streetlights and smiled. Raymond never sought fame. He sought purpose. He reminded the world that talent isn't always recognized, that potential often hides in plain sight. And for those who saw him mopping the floors, he was still a janitor. But for the world, he was a hero, a living proof that even the most overlooked people can change everything.